Today we will be continuing the Art of Giving series. This is lesson 19, Kusudama origami flowers. So for this project, we'll need some paper, and this paper is 3 inches by 3 inches. To get a Kusudama ball, that would be a good size. If you don't have paper this size, you could always cut paper this size with some scissors. For this project, you'll also need glue, and string is also optional. You could add string to the middle and hang this up on the ceiling. And there's also an optional Kusudama origami flower handout, which can be found on ArtSphere's blog, linked down below. For this project, I would recommend either following the instructions on the paper or following along in the video. I think it's a little easier to understand if you see it visually. So if you have your paper squares, you'll flip it over. So whatever color or pattern is on the outside will be the one that's showing. You'll then take the corner of it and fold it so it is in a triangle shape. Once you do that, you'll take one side and you'll fold it in the middle to come to that point at the top. Take the other side, do the same thing. Come in the middle, point at the top. Okay? And then you'll take one of the flaps again and you want to line it up to this outer edge. So you'll take it and line it up to the outer edge, crease. Do that with the other side. Okay, and now you'll unfold it. So you should have something like this. And you kind of open it up. This side will touch this area. So you have this, and you're gonna take it, and you're gonna just touch it here, and it'll give you this shape. So once you have that, you'll flatten it down. And you'll do that to the other side too. So you'll take it, you'll open it up, you'll put this side touching here, and you just fold it down flat, and this is what the back looks like. Okay? And then next you'll take the edge, and you just want to fold it in. And then you want to do that to the other side too. And then you're going to fold it this way. So you're gonna take this and just fold it down that way. Same on the other side. Fold it down that way. Then you're gonna take your glue and you're going to add glue down on one triangle. You could do both. And then you're going to just put them together, and as you can see, it kind of shapes into a petal, and you need to make sure the glue dries or it'll come apart. But once you do that, it looks like a petal, and when you put all 5 together, you'll need 5 petals to make one flower, and to make a ball you'll need 12 flowers. So that's 60 petals in total, which is a lot. But if you do it with a friend, it can go much faster and it can be really fun. But when you put all of the flowers together, which is 5 petals, you'll get something like this. I keep saying the word Kusudama, but this word is actually a combination of 2 Japanese words, kusuri, which means medicine, and tama, which means ball. And you can hang up these origami pieces or put them on your desk as like a cute decorative art piece. These can make really cute and nice gifts. Once it dries, I'm just gonna set it aside until I make my other ones. So I'm gonna do the same steps, but I will not narrate over these. Instead, let me tell you a little bit about Japanese culture. So in ancient Japanese culture, rumored to have begun in the 17th century, Kusudama was actually used for incense and potpourri, which is for smelling. They used bunches of flowers and herbs. It was believed that these herbs and pieces of fragrant wood were placed in small cloth bags and were decorated with flowers and blossoms. There were long silk threads that were attached to the bags, and these bags would be hung to get rid of evil spirits and disease. Many have forgotten of the origin story and the purpose of warding off evil spirits and disease, but nowadays these kusudamas are actually given as gifts or used as decorations and ornaments. And kusudama as a word is associated with the origami flowers, which we're making today, that are usually glued or sewn together in multiple identical units to form a ball or a spherical shape. And you can, of course, customize the flowers. I've seen some kusudama balls where they cut off the edges so it's a little rounder, but I think they look really cute as they are, personally. It opens if you do not dry it, so you do have to hold it for a bit. I've seen some people take binder clips and hold it together that way. Whatever is easiest. Okay, once you have all 5 petals dried and completed, you can assemble a flower. And to do this, you take a petal. I usually put glue on both sides, because putting glue in the middle, as you can see, there is a little bit of a hole in the middle. So putting it on both sides is most effective. And then I attach it to one side and then to the other. Once you glue these 2 petals on, I would glue here and here. And then stick on the last 2 petals, and then you're going to want to glue in between. And you'll want to reshape the petals so it can form as close to a perfect flower as it can, especially if you're going to make it into the kusudama ball. That will make it more even. Okay, so once it's shaped, just set it aside and let it dry. And once you have all of your flowers, you can start making the kusudama ball. So to make the ball, you'll want to line up the petals so these petals will touch, and it would be the same for all of the petals, so 2 petals will touch here. I would recommend, traditionally there are 5, so there would be 5 here, and then there would be 1 on top, and then it would be that same thing for the other side, and then you would connect them. So here I'm going to put glue on the sides because I know this is where they're going to touch. So I just want to line it up, make sure they touch. Okay, and then you'll just keep doing that with each side. And on this side, it'll look similar to a star once it's finished. And on the top, you would glue another one. As you can see, the 5 kind of line up. And you can repeat this and then glue them together, but I usually take it and then glue each one here. So again, you want to line up the petals. So as you can see, these petals would line up. 1, 2, 3. Then it would line up. 1, 2, 3, as well as putting over here. And during this process, if you wanted to thread string around it, this would be a good time. While it's still open, it might be a little easier. Thank you all for joining me today. Once you've glued your last flower, you're done, and you can do this with friends or create your own in different patterns or colors. As I said before, you can slightly modify it and curve the ends of the flowers. But I hope you all had fun, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye!